Chase Bank closes a gun store's bank accounts. You know why? Because of his low ESG scores. ESG, the new social crediting. Yeah. We're here, man. We're here now. Gun store, completely legal. There's something called the Second Amendment. Harriet Tubman. And yet Chase Bank is closing it because there's a low ESG score. And who bailed out the banks? You and I did. So let me read to you from my man Tony. He writes in, and this is it's only going to get worse, my friend. So this is where we're going. If I can find his email, because all right, here we go. My man Tony says, hey, Josh, you might be interested in this. Someone I know who has a very successful gun shop, and I can't remember if I can say the gun shop's name, so I'm not gonna. But Tony, if you watch this and you want to put it in there, by all means, do so in the comments. Their bank just canceled all their accounts based on their low ESG score. It's quite frightening what's happening. Keep reading the book of Revelation, says Tony, for your morning news. Trust me, it's good. It's much more accurate. Yeah. All right. So then I said, man, can I mention this on the video? Tony says, absolutely. He just got off the phone with this guy that he knows. Tony doesn't run the gun store. His someone near and dear to him does. Chase was processing their credit card payments and was taking 2 to 3% of the gross sales, many millions. It's crazy. They don't need your 2 to 3% of many millions because they're getting it from the government. Where's Antifa? This is fascism. The government says, I mean, I'm telling you, man, it's fascism right here, but no Antifa. In fact, I was arguing. There's an old punk slash skinhead, there's actually a skinhead band called the Foreskins, and they have a couple songs. ACAB, the first one that most of you would know of now because of the ACAB, all cops are bastards thing. It's from the late 70s in England and stuff. Okay. And then they also had One Law for Them, which I find is funny. So anyway, I just laugh at Antifa taking over the ACAB slogan, given that Antifa loves the cops when they're pushing left-wing stuff. But they hate the cops when they're pushing just normal, we're going to freaking police you up for rioting and breaking people's heads and stuff. And this guy's like, why are you so obsessed with Antifa? And I say, because I hate fascists. He goes, Antifa literally says they're anti-fascist. No, they're fascists pretending to be anti-fascist. Look, man, it's idiotic to say otherwise. Antifa is fascist. That's fascist scum. We know that. Anyway, so Antifa, I guarantee, is going to say anything about big banks getting in bed with big business, with big government, and closing legal shops that are doing nothing illegal, completely legal to own a firearm, completely legal to trade in firearms, completely legitimate, legalized business, and yet the banks are closing them because of ESG score, even though it's going to cost them tens of thousands of dollars a year at Chase Bank and processing of their credit card, but they don't care because they're getting Joe money. And look, it happened under Bush, happened under Obama, happened under Trump, and happened here too. It's just what it is. The big government is regulating big business, and big business says, yes, sir, just give me some money. Yes, sir, have another. All right. So good thing is several local banks. Interesting, huh? Several local banks are begging for their business, and they already have several proposals. On a personal note, I also have a Chase account and a U.S. bank account. They're both using the ESG score. We are dumping them ASAP. Yeah, 100%, man. ESG social credit, I just don't invest in ESG, man. ESG, you're investing in fascist. You want to freaking invest in fascism, man, you might as well just support the Nazis right out the gate. Why even bother with the freaking investing in ESG? It's fascism, 100%. And what happens with fascism and communism, all big government stuff, is the little guy is left holding the wet bag. It's the same thing here, man. Now, thankfully, we still have a federalist society run by states to some regard. And, look, I had a big hope for Kavanaugh and what's her name, ACB. Listen to Steve Day's show. I'm less inclined towards these people now. However, it's better to have them than freaking the other clowns. But at the end of the day, they're going to be all in favor of big business. If I'm just telling you right now, man, the idea that the Supreme Court is the only regulator of a free society. So what happens? These local banks, they're still policed under FDIC. All right. Now they don't have to sign up for FDIC, but you're never gonna. I'm just trusting, man. At this stage, it's kind of like, oh, you don't have to sign up for Medicare. Yeah, you do, man. Same thing here. And so if the FDIC and the OCC, Office of Comptroller of the Currency or whatever, OCC, if they tell these banks, these localized banks, you jump when we say, and they say how high, they're going to follow suit, man. But anyway, at least we have the option right now. If I was a bank, I would no way I'd become a big bank. I have a good friend. I don't talk to him very much, but he's a good friend. We live back in Virginia, who's a president of a local bank. And he says it's like a certain amount of assets they don't want. Like they don't want to get above 10 billion or something like that. I know that sounds a lot for a banking entity. That's not that much. And they're like, no, we can't break 10 billion, or else we would get all the regulations that come with being a big bank. Anyway, here it comes. So a free gun store doing all kinds of legal activities. Big banks say we don't want your business. Your ESG scores are too low. Social crediting is here. Love to hear your thoughts.